This video is going to provide a little bit of inspiration of being able to strive for a living goal. In this instance, it really wasn't about the money I was making or the business I was running. This life story is to bring awareness that these are things that you can accomplish when trying to build yourself up from another obstacle that life gave you an unexpected turn. Hi, I'm Susie J. Cobwebs, and if you are new to my channel, welcome back. This channel is all about growing a YouTube channel, a business, and a writing career with frugal tips and self-care along the way. I enjoy making people happy and keeping them happy and keeping them smiling. This video is going to give you a little bit of an insight of my life just by having a full-time job. Let me step back 5 years ago and I will tell you where I was exactly at that time. I had a full-time second shift job that really put issues on my home. I was newly separated from my ex-husband, and the house that I once lived in, the cars, the bills, were all in my name. Not to mention the new apartment, the bills, and everything else was also in mine. That was not counting the times that I have taken off because of court hearings and to pay lawyer fees, and I was on a downward spiral fast. This put me into a financial rut. I was totally beside myself. I wasn't sure how I was going to get out of this mess. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I was not frustrated by the child support system. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I didn't agree with a lot of things that happened with me, but that's just life, and that's life in general, and that's what it was. For the lack of better words, I was a hot mess. Not only was I a hot mess financially, I was a hot mess emotionally, I was a hot mess all around. But that did not let me get down. I refused to make that destroy me. I knew in my heart that I was strong. This was not going to define me. This was not going to break me. This was only going to make me stronger. This is what I knew. But I didn't know how to get out of it. You might say, at that time, I might have said words that were uncompassionate, very heartbreaking, but that was how I could vent. That's how I could do it. But I needed to get out of there to get to my main goal. But I wasn't sure how to get out of this debacle. On top of everything, I needed to get a new job. I needed a job, a daylight job that gave me the same type of financial, or if not more, money coming in the house so I could get out of this mess. And everyone knows that when you try to restart your life, it does get a little bit overwhelming. Well, maybe not a little, a lot of overwhelming. That's basically what it came down to. In February 2017, I started a daylight full-time job so I could take care of my 15-year-old daughter. I really didn't know what I was going to get myself into when I started, and this was a total mindset, and it was a total shift set than what I was used to. I went from working as a CNA in a short-term rehab nursing home to a day job where I sit on the phone and I talk to people day in and day out over their medications. And I'm on the phone and I sit at a desk at a computer all day. So you can imagine the different concepts you have to use, from physical to mental. And either way is still exhausting, regardless of what anybody says. So have you ever been in that type of a situation where you went to a physical job and then you had to transition over to a mental job? How did you feel when you started this? Write that in the comments below. I would love to hear it. This is how I built my world around my job. This was my main focus besides my kids. I knew in my head that this was a temporary issue and I knew I had to get through this. I know that there were days where I didn't want to get out of bed. I knew that there were days where I could physically not get out of bed. This job was not a choice. I made it in my head that this was not a choice. You had to go to work, period. This was your livelihood. No one else in your life is going to take care of you but you. So you have to look out for number one, that would be me. Or your kids for that matter. I know that sounds a little bit selfish, but you need to fix yourself before you could fix others. I worked all the OT I could do, all I could do mentally. I was able to pay off all of my debt, and I could start my life off with a clean slate. I'm not saying that this was easy, by no means, but it can happen. So today is a milestone for me. I have been at this said job for 5 years. And in this 5 years, I was able to use this as a stepping stone to get back my life. 5 years really isn't a long time, but this was more than just a job for me. With this fire that I lit of the having the job and having the best work ethic that I could, I knew that failing wasn't an option. Having the update on my life here, I am divorced and I am happy in a relationship with a good man. My finances are on point and I could live off my base pay if I wanted to. That is also including savings and a nest egg. I also still do my overtime just because I constantly want to have more money coming in and I want to be able to go play and live life and enjoy everything that I couldn't before. This is the time where I want to share that I do also have my trial and my errors. So you just sit back and recalculate your life. How can you get out of this? And so once you can get out of it, you are stronger. And so now you can help others with this. A lot of people take this simple thing for granted, where I understand that working at my job for 5 years wasn't a big deal to a lot of people. But these last 5 years that I had with this job were really the stepping stones into making me a stronger and more confident person and learning that I could strive for anything that I wanted to accomplish. And this is a part of the Love Simple Wins, and this is how positive vibes survive. If you like these videos and you want to see more of these videos, by all means, hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button and hit that subscribe button and that post notification button so you can see and hear and watch these videos on how we can get to the top, to the next level of our YouTube journey, our business, our writing career, and everything else that we have to offer, and even including our savings health. And to the next time, love you bunches!